When your head's right, your read will be right. I'll explain next on this week's DeWeese Directive. What's up? Bill DeWeese here from VoiceOverRevolution.com. And I just wanted to mention a couple of things very quickly before we get into this week's DeWeese Directive. Number one is my next VoiceOver Fast Track class that we do online via Google Hangouts is coming up in January, and it's already filling up. So if you have interest and you want to be in that, simply drop me an email at voiceoverexpert@gmail.com. Put on the subject line Fast Track. I'll zip you out some information. The other thing is I'm very excited because I have been putting together a great Black Friday package for you. This is coming up is my annual VoiceOver Black Friday sale. And this is all about its materials and information to help you build your business. If you want to build your income, your voiceover income in 2015. This is going to be an in-depth package that covers a lot of different angles to help you do that. And that's all I can say right now, except that, again, it begins on Black Friday. More information coming very soon, so listen for that. So now, today's DeWeese Directive. When your head is right, the read will be right. Earlier today, I was coaching a young man he's a UK or a British talent. He's working in Eastern Europe right now, but he's working as a presenter, an on-camera presenter, and very talented, by the way. But his desire is, like many within the voiceover community, wanting to go from the one mode that he operates in, presentational mode, to be able to do more competitive work in the areas of commercial work as well as narration. And he's been having a bit of struggle with that. And so today I talked with him, and I want to share with you what I shared with him because I think you'll find this to be helpful. It has more to do with your head than anything else. And when you're thinking right, the read will follow. And there are two things that I want you to remember. Those two things are context and role. And when you look at a script, if you can understand the context of the script, and if you can understand your role, again, getting your head in the right place, that will allow you to give the proper read and to give a more competitive read, allow you to kind of work your way up the voiceover food chain, as it were. Context. What's going on? For instance, let's say it's a commercial for a bank. So the context, let's just say, for example, and for somebody, let's say like this gentleman who's used to working on camera, and he does a lot of sports-oriented type things. So it's a lot of sports announcing. So his frame of reference is announcing the excitement of sports action to a large stadium of people. That's his paradigm. That's where he comes from. So that's the context from which he works. Now, shift the context into a bank commercial where the role is now, or the context is now, a bank. Perhaps you can visualize an office in a bank where you're sitting in a chair next to a prospective client. And that's the context. Your role as spokesperson for the bank is somebody who is to inspire confidence and trust to do business with you. Context and role. Or perhaps it's a technical narration where you are introducing, let's say, hypothetically, the sales force of a particular IT company on an upcoming technology that they will be selling to clients and prospective clients. So the context is people who work within the IT industry and perhaps in particular, more of a sales type environment and conversation where it's one-on-one in an office, again, let's say. The role is somebody that would serve as a consultative salesperson. In other words, your job is not only to sell, but it's to educate. So when you can imagine that you're talking to a prospective client in a one-on-one situation, sitting down in an office and informing about this upcoming technology, that's going to dictate how you read. So if you're accustomed, like this young gentleman I was telling you about earlier, if you're used to announcing out to the camera explaining the action going on in, let's say, a sporting event. Well, you can't do that when you're imagining that you're sitting in an office one-on-one, trying to inspire confidence in somebody to purchase a product or a service. Now, that's just one example. But whenever you receive a script, I don't care if it's a narration, I don't care what it is, it really doesn't matter. The first question to ask is, what is the context? What's going on? Where is this happening? Who am I talking to? And then the next thing is, what is your role? What is my part in the script? What am I trying to get the listener to do, if anything, or what is it that I want them to feel? What is my role? What is my place? And if you can concentrate on those two things, context and role, and you get your head right, the read will follow. It will allow you to give more competitive reads, more competitive auditions, and win more jobs. Hey, I hope you continue to enjoy this season as we head in closer and closer to Thanksgiving, and I look forward to talking to you again very, very soon.